We ended up with a pretty busy day of weather. The morning round of storms coming on the tail end of a derecho that exploded across Nebraska, brought all sorts of damaging winds across Iowa, and then kind of blew itself out over us. We did get some reports of severe weather, but thankfully not widespread damage. The path of all of this stretching over 700 miles, and so it ended up reaching that derecho criteria, which in general, it's just a widespread, long-lived, and often damaging wind storm. We do have to see at least severe wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher under that whole path, and there have to be at least a few 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts in separate locations. So a lot of criteria to meet here. On top of all that, in order to be a derecho, that damage swath has to be over 400 miles and at least 60 miles wide. So a lot of criteria to hit here, but that overnight complex of thunderstorms managed to do it. And again, we got on the tail end of that as it fizzled out over our area, but not after a few tornado warnings. Then later on in the afternoon to evening, we've had all sorts of warm and humid air producing multiple rounds of storms. The last of those coming through right now. Cold front helps shut that all off, but it was a cold front that helped spark some of those storms, including a pretty interesting one that blew up in Stevenson County and went through Winnebago and Boone counties with a shelf cloud. You probably saw that very eerie looking cloud and then got a blast of strong wind, some small hail, some heavy rainfall. This was taken by our own Josh Schuman when he was in Belvedere as that shelf cloud rolled in. And how we get those is that there's that warm updraft that goes into the storm and fuels those thunderstorms. But then cold air sinks down below it and scoots out in front of it along the ground. So you end up getting a cloud forming between those two different air movements. This usually comes with strong thunderstorms. So if you start to see that kind of eerie Independence Day alien ship looking cloud moving across the horizon, you're going to want to get inside as quickly as possible because downpours and strong winds are very soon to follow. Now after all this, we have a quiet day tomorrow. And we could definitely use a breather after a very busy week full of on and off severe weather. We can clean up a little tomorrow with temperatures staying comfortably warm in the 70s under a bright sunny sky. Then keep an eye on Sunday. There is a chance for strong thunderstorms to return as the weather cools off a little bit. Memorial Day may have some on and off showers at times. As for Sunday, better chances for severe weather the farther south you go, especially south of I-88. So definitely stay weather aware. Meteorologist John Jurgens will keep you up to speed all throughout the weekend as to how Sunday's threats may be playing out. After a slightly cool end of the weekend, we stay cool into the middle of next week with lots of sunshine, but eventually start heating back up again. In fact, in your most accurate 10-day forecast, as we head into June, we've got the 80s around the corner, so that summer weather may not be gone for very long. In the 4-degree guarantee, had to sweat this one out a lot throughout the afternoon, but we managed to just get back up to 76 after a few rounds of rain. It means cash total ends the week at $364.